Hi, it's me again with CorelDraw Tips and Tricks Part 2. Just yesterday I made a video on this, and if you didn't watch it, it's in line. You can see that line is actually still there, but it's not really there. But then somebody asked, how did they draw that? Well, I did not draw that. I've got a good idea how they did. I take the ellipse tool, hit P, put it in the center of the page, Control D and make a duplicate while holding down the Shift key. Bring that in. Control G to group it. Control D to duplicate it. Move this down right there to that quadrant. Now we want it a little bit bowed, but we wanted the same size a little bit, so we're just going to take the two-handled arrow, and then we're going to put it right back where it was. Now I'm going to take a 2-point line, and I'm going to ballpark it. You might want to measure it if you're doing it for real. And then on his, it went over on the top, so we're going to take the virtual segment delete key, and we're going to delete that, and then that way it looks like it goes through there. So let's see how big this thing is. Well, 24 inches, I want to make my nudge factor 25. Then I am going to take the Smart Fill tool. I'm going to do mine in green. I'm going to nudge that over, and there's my parts. I'm not going to delete that, I'm just going to nudge it down. And here's what maybe why they could not figure out. We want this to be stopped right there. We want a line. So what I'm going to do is take the 3-point curve line and go from that midpoint to there, and then give it a little bit of a curve. That way it looks like it goes under. I probably deleted a line I didn't need to. Now, I think it would be a lot better, and this is the part maybe it's confusing because he put well, let me just show you. If you take the interactive fill tool, Smart Fill tool, and then fill that in. If you do this, see how it bleeds all the way to the other side? So that's why he put a line there. So we're going to back up here, and we're going to put another line just anywhere. Show about right in there. Now we're going to take the Smart Fill tool, and we're going to fill that in, nudge it over, fill that in, nudge it over, fill that in, nudge it over. What that did, that gave us this, okay? I'm going to nudge this out of the way. All right, now Smart Fill tool, green, green, green. We're going to pick this right here, interactive fill tool, and we're going to put a dark on the end. And then we're going to move this down. Then we're going to take this one. See, I got 3 separate sections, and we're going to put a little dart. And this is where you could, really play with it and figure out what you wanted to do. Now you can kind of still see that line. So what we're going to do, we're going to move this over, move that over, and you can't see the line anymore. The line is gone. So we're going to take the virtual segment delete key and delete that line. Then if you want an outline around it, we're going to take one thing I didn't do. I need to do that. I didn't see the arrows here. Tell you what, we can do it without that. These pointed ribbons. Take the shape tool, select both those and right click and add a node. Now I'm going to take these 3 and I'm going to right click and I'm going to turn them into a line. That changed that a little bit, but I'm just going to hit delete. You got to remember it's your ribbon. You can do whatever you want to with it. Play with it. You could right click and turn this one back into, well, you can't do that. but you could play with this part of the ribbon. Take the shape tool again, grab that first, and you could either right click or you go up here and add. Take these three, right click and turn them into a line. Then you could get rid of that note. Whoop. Well, we could make the handle a little bit differently. Anyway, now you've got what you want. I can delete all this. And I can take my Smart Fill tool, because you need to have that in there when you do it. I'm going to nudge it over, whoop. Smart Fill tool does what you tell it to do. Now I'm going to take this and break this line apart, or cut it apart with the virtual segment delete key. I'm not happy with my ribbon, but that's good. I'm going to make it like that thick. Now I'm going to take these parts, while they don't have the lines, have that selected, get your interactive fill tool, and go black. Whoop, I missed it. Whenever you get that dialog box, it's because you missed putting it in there. And then you can really play with whatever you want. Grab this part, interactive fill tool, just swipe toward it, put that one in black. Play with that handle. Now, if we nudge all these over, whoop, too far. And let's tell you what we'll do. We'll take these lines, object, order, front of page. Now my lines are thicker. Man, our ribbons almost look the same. Mine's a little deeper, and we got this almost. We both need to work on this part of the ribbon there, but it is a ribbon. Hope that answered their question, and thank you for watching.